p.m. Central Time.
The range is 210 meters, closing rate 018. Burlak, you can
see the Soyuz vehicle looking steady at this time. The vehicle itself is in station keeping mode.
Copy.
Just under
So we are
200 meters from the International Space Station. Everything's looking good so far.
Of the periscope on Bruce, and also headlight is activated, sending S-17 command. Copy. The headlight is on. ON. Copy.
And as you can hear that confirmed, you can see it yourself from the external high-definition viewing cameras.
Command. It's a go. Copy. 035024 pre-chow command was sent.
Ahead of the timeline, the crew of Soyuz MS-12, Alexei Ovchinin as the commander, issuing a final approach earlier than scheduled.
I'm observing the approach. It's now 197 meters. Its range 063 is the closing rate, and it is increasing. The time 035105. The range is 180 meters. Closing rate 085. I am observing the docking port on the Veska.
Good reports from the crew. The Soyuz itself under 160 meters at this time. Tracking a docking a bit earlier than scheduled. We were originally looking at 8:07 p.m. Central Time. We might be actually lucky enough to see the Soyuz dock a little bit before an orbital sunset.
The range is 130 meters, closing rate 068. Copy. The time is 035227. The range is 114 meters. Closing rate 068.
Closing in at a rate of just under 0.7 meters per second. Soyuz about 100 meters away from the station at this time. Once it gets a little bit closer to the station, it'll slow down to about 1/10 of a meter per second. It's the speed that it'll have at the time of docking.
93 meters, closing rate 044.
Slowing down to less than half a meter per second at this time. Everything looking good. Soyuz and the International Space Station about to cross the terminator line. Still should have a little bit of sun illuminating the spacecraft.
The time 035332. The range is 79 meters, closing rate 034.
Время
035358. The range is 70 meters. Closing rate 034.
Soyuz slowing down to less than 1/3 of a meter per second at this time. Again, that final closure rate heading towards more of 1/10 of a meter per second.
The time is 03:54:28. The range is 60 meters. Closing rate 0:27.
Right in the crosshairs there is the Rosvia module attached to the nadir or the Earth-facing side of the FGB, the functional cargo block. On the Russian side, the first element of the International Space Station launched more than 20 years ago into space.
The time is 03:55:00. The range is 53 meters. Closing rate 0:23.
Less than 50 meters from the International Space Station at this time.
We have SSVP on the display, DS13, DS17, S11. We have SSVP docking system readiness message. Copy. The time is 03:55:48. The range is 40 meters. Closing rate 0:14. The range is 51 meters. Closing rate 0:15.
Good readouts from the crew. Again, we're tracking an early docking today of the Soyuz MS-12 vehicle to the International Space Station.
The crosses of the target are aligned.
Nighttime below, but still getting a little bit of sun illuminating the spacecraft.
The time 03:57:35. The range is 32 meters. Closing rate 0:15 meters per second. So you are you're watching it through the periscope. Yes, the image is very stable. The crosses of the target are aligned with the electronic crosses. The range is 28 meters. Closing rate 0:15 meters per second.
The range is 24 meters. The range is 0.11 meters per second.
Now approaching that closure rate of 1/10 of a meter per second.
We cannot see the image. Please report verbally what is happening. The SSVP readiness has been confirmed. Copy. The range is 20 meters. The range is 0.11 meters per second. The crosshairs have been aligned. There is a slight misalignment with the electronic crosshairs. The range is 15 meters. Copy. Unintelligible. Copy. We can see the image. Visually, the range is around 10 meters. The crosshairs are aligned. There is a slight misalignment with the electronic crosshairs.
We're in the final moments. Soyuz MS-12 and the 3 crew members aboard scheduled to dock early today. Everything looking good for docking earlier than scheduled.
The range is around 3 to 4 meters. The crosshairs are aligned.
Just around 3 meters away.
The range is around 2 meters.
Around 2 meters.
We are expecting contact.
Stand by for confirmation of contact and capture.
Contact is confirmed. We confirm the engaged flag and the mechanical connection flag. Docking mechanism is engaged.
And you heard it there, contact and capture. 8:01 p.m. Central Time. The International Space Station at the time was 255 statute miles just west off the coast of Peru.
From page 66, copy all. D9 is not illuminated. Copy. Can you please repeat, Moscow? Please select SSVP.
And just as the sun sets
Copy.
on the International Space Station, entering an orbital nighttime, concluding the trip from Earth to the International Space Station of the Soyuz MS-12 vehicle. Just over 5.5 hours from the time of launch, docking early
Spherical tank
at 8:01 p.m. Central Time.
and 221.
The International Space Station and the Soyuz vehicle with the 3 crew members on board MS-12. 255 statute miles over the Pacific Ocean just west off the coast of Peru.
Unintelligible is not illuminated. Copy. Please activate, or rather send R7. Copy. In work. Christina, can you please retrieve the pressure gauge? Copy. The floodlight? Copy. The floodlight is off. Copy. Close RPV 1.
The crew of the Soyuz MS-12 working through the procedures. Now that there has been a successful contact and capture, there's a series of hooks to drive and essentially hard mate the 2 vehicles, the Soyuz MS-12 and the International Space Station.